Hey, it's Dave Wyman from Wyman and Bob. Time for Football 101. And today we're going to take a look at two pretty basic things. This is what Steve Rabel and I talked about during the broadcast, was that a lot of the mistakes and the problems on the field were real basic things like alignment, assignment, things like that. And so just a couple of, one on offense, one on defense, where I thought, there was a play that maybe a quarterback could have checked into a run instead of trying to throw a fade to DK Metcalf. And then the defense gets lined up in a way where they just put themselves in a position to get pinned and blocked inside. And we talk a lot about the edge, and that means in the run game, turning everything back in. Remember, the hash marks in the NFL are like 6 yards apart. They're very, and every ball is spotted within that, the hash marks there. So there's lots of wide side. And so that's why protecting the edge, as we call it, or force, we used to call it when I played in the NFL, it's turning every play back inside on defense. So those were the kind of boring things where they need to execute. They need to get lined up. They need to recognize certain alignments on the defense. So just some things that stood out to me. All right, let's take a look at an offensive play. This is in the third quarter, and the Seahawks have a chance to score. It's 3rd and 2, down on the 7-yard line, and they end up throwing a fade to DK Metcalf. So, I'm always for getting the ball in your playmaker's hands, like DK, but he just runs a fade here, ends up being a pass from Geno, and they end up settling for a field goal, makes it 23-20. Could have possibly picked up a pretty easy first down right here. We'll take a look at it from the end zone, but if you can see right here, the center is right here, and really you've got a guard, a tackle, a tight end, a tight end, a tight end, and really you only got 4 guys on that side of the ball. So let's take a look at it from the end zone. So here we go, and I put this shot in here so that you could see this guy who is on the far right. And he kind of gets hidden a little bit as the play develops, but he's one of the 4 guys. And again, look at the center right here. That's a pretty easy block on that guy if he were to down block right there. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on that side. So you've got an advantage. You've got a numbers win there. So look at it from this angle here, where you've got you got a good look at the numbers game here. And like I said, but you look at how it ends up. Now the missing guy is over here, so that's 1 out there. This is 2. There's 3, and there's 4 down on the line. So now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on 4. And really you look at the center who's hidden by Geno there, but that's a pretty easy block to seal that off. And now you've got, this guy would come up to the backer, block there, these 2 guys on this guy, and then this guy up to the missing player there. So it's a really good opportunity of a 5-on-4 where I thought, man, that would have been a great opportunity for Geno to check into it. Penny, number 20 there, had a really good day and was running the ball really well. So felt like it was kind of a missed opportunity to possibly get a touchdown. They end up getting a field goal, but they obviously needed a touchdown that would have tied the game up. But yeah, it was an opportunity I thought that was missed. All right, let's take a look at the defense now, and this is another thing with an assignment error is how they're lined up right here. This receiver comes over here, and I don't know why they don't call this the strong side of the run game, because you've got 2 tight ends here, and you got this receiver, and you can see that the defense is already outflanked. You're going to get up here very easily, block here, up to the defensive back. So just by alignment, this looks doomed from the very beginning. And I think it's just because, number one, they didn't get the strength called right. And then we'll see in the next frame that the defensive linemen actually slant away from this play. All right, here we go. The ball is snapped, and so Already you've got Darrell Taylor slanting inside. You got, looks like Puna there slanting inside. So now that makes it a really easy block. So, this guy's going to come up here. Like I said, he'll come up here. These guys are all going to get pinned. And, it's just not only alignment, but also if you have a slant that's away from the strong side, because this is the strong side of the formation, the running strength, it's definitely going to put you in a really bad spot. And here we go. And this is, you can see just the whole seal right here that they have on the entire defense, and really the slant by the two linemen and just the alignment. This guy seems sort of unaware that it's a run right now. I think that's Tariq Woolen, but it's possibly Michael Jackson. But anyway, you've got him. He's got a blocker for him. Block here, turned inside. And anytime you look at from the sidelines and you see their jersey numbers, they're turned, they're sealing. That's what that means. And look, this is a really talented guy in Cordero Patterson, but this is a pretty easy run. I think I might be able to, maybe not. But I thought maybe, a lot slower guy could possibly pick up yards. He picks up 18 yards. They end up throwing a touchdown to Drake London at the end of this drive. So, yeah, it was just a lot of those kinds of things for a very young team right now. And, these are some of the things that are pretty simple. And that might be good news that the fixes are pretty easy. But, for the time being right now, it's kind of a struggle because a lot of young guys that haven't played a lot are out on the field. But I'd say stick with them, hang with them. These kinds, I think it's encouraging that these are easy fixes.